For this demonstration, we're going to get into the technology in my life do's and don'ts, examples of good and bad slides for the communication, design and manufacturing, and transportation technologies. So you're going to need a slide for each one of those different technology categories. So here is a not so good example of the transportation technology. So my example here is fishing. You can see I've got a couple things going on here. I do have an image, a photo of a fishing boat, which is great that I have it on there, but it's way, way too small. I've got a very plain, small, thin text header, and then I have a very plain description here. It says the only way to get the best fishing is with a boat. So not good. A lot of white space, a lot of empty space in here. It's not visually appealing. So let's take a look at a contrasting example. All right, so this one is a lot better. I've done a couple things with the photos, which the photo I'm going to show you here in a second. So we've got a photo that's been tilted a little bit, rotated. I've got a border around it, much bigger and bolder text, and I've centered it. I even put a line underneath that, which isn't required, but it's easy to do. And I made this a lot bigger and bolder over here. So again, not so much going on, very plain. And then over here, just a much better presentation. One of the things when you're doing presentations, you want to make sure that you are the one that people are listening to, but you want to see them, or you want the audience to see something that's very visually appealing. This is not visually appealing. This is boring. It's too much white space. This, on the other hand, is much more appealing. So I'm going to go back to my presentation here, and I'm going to make a new slide. So I'm going to go between my two slides here, and I'm going to go up to Slide and select New Slide. And what that did was that dumped another slide into this process, or into this presentation. And again, I can change the layout here if I want by clicking Layout. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and type Transportation Technology, and we'll right-click and fix my spelling there. There we go. And I'm going to just copy and paste to save time here on this demo. The only way to get the best fishing is with a boat. Okay, so inserting a picture. Finding a picture is pretty simple. Most people know how to do that online. So I'm going to leave that for another video. But I'm just going to reset a few things here. And we'll do this here. Let's see here. No line, transparent. There we go. All right, so when you bring a picture in, it has no border to it. So let's start with the picture. I'm going to make it nice and big, and I can click this little button up here. It's a little circle, and if I click and drag my mouse, you can see I can rotate it any direction I want. If I want the picture over here, I would tilt it to the left. If I want it over on the right, I would tilt it to the right. So I'll just kind of give you an example here. And then to make adjust the size here. To make a border, what you're going to do is you're going to come up here and make sure the picture's highlighted. You're going to click Border Weight, and I'll go with 3 points. And there's the border. You can get really crazy with the border weight like that. It's a little thick. So you can just play around here. Here's the border width again. Okay, and you can change the color of it too. If I wanted it to be like a blue, there's a dark blue. Changing the font and size is just a matter of highlighting your text. I'm going to change the font to, we'll say Oswald, make it bold, and we will make it bigger. Now, one thing as far as design, since I'm on the right side of this slide, if I go up here to this menu, and I'm going to go to Align, and then click Right Align. Now that's on that side. If you're on the right side of the slide, you want to make it align to the right. I'm going to click and drag this box in a little bit, and then I'm going to click and drag it to adjust the size or the location. Okay, and then finally, transportation technology. I'm going to click and drag this out. I'm going to click on the box and move this up, and then I'm going to click up here and make this centered. And then finally, I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to go up here and we'll select Architect's Daughter. Make it bold and bring it up like that. So you can see, in a pretty short order, I created a pretty decent looking slide here. I would probably make this like bigger. It's not a requirement to rotate, and there's certainly times where you don't want to rotate a picture, but it's a pretty good technique. So that is how you create a slide for either transportation, communication, or design and manufacturing.